Good evening and welcome to Starseed Direct Tarot. This is your galactic lady leader, D. And I do apologize for the hiatus and delay. We're experiencing some technical difficulties with our connection in our area at the moment. But we will be right on track to finish getting these readings out for the month of December. We are currently listening to a binaural beat designed to increase brain power. It's a royalty-free beat, so it's not on YouTube at the moment. Or if it is, I don't recall where I got it from. I had gotten a download pack with like a whole bunch of royalty-free frequencies for another project that I'm putting together for all of you that I'm really excited about. Now, this reading is going to be for Aries, December 2020. Shout out to my fellow baby bosses and Rams out there. You know, it took me a minute to meditate on that energy because I wanted to give y'all the meat, if you feel my drift. Shout out to all of my subscribers. Thank you for giving me your support. And to all our new visitors, welcome to the upper room. This isn't a setup that we're going to use all the time, but it will be a type of series that I do periodically. And being that I've already done the upper room for the rest of the December readings, we're just going to finish it like that. But yes, the upper room is going to be not necessarily always a positive message. It's going to keep it 100 and give you the real deal on what you're going through. So I don't want anyone to be discouraged in future readings. You know, we'll do the love and career in general, but really we're just going to read what comes out. Also, I am an intuitive channeler. I'm clairvoyant and clairaudient. I do not necessarily always read the cards exactly how they should be. I just go with whatever messages come to mind or messages that I hear and what spirit puts on my heart to say. If this does resonate with you, this is a general reading. This is for entertainment purposes only, but if you do like it and you want to book a personal reading, all of our information is in the description box below. Also take a moment to check out our website at starseeddirect.com, where you'll find a lot of cool content. We also provide free energy readings daily via our website and a lot of other cool products from the collective that we have available for purchase on there. A portion of all of our proceeds gets donated to charity monthly. This month we are partnering with the WWF, the World Wildlife Foundation, to help reserve our natural wildlife resources and animals around the world. Because if we don't take care of our planet, how can our planet take care of us? Now, Aries, we are working with the Rumi Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild, Indigo Angel Oracle deck by Doreen and Charles Virtue, and The Universe Has Your Back by Gabrielle Bernstein. A special thanks to all of our subscribers who have donated to the channel. If you're not interested in personal reading or anything past this, and this reading edified you or at the least entertained you, your support is appreciated by a like, share, or subscribe if you do not wish to donate finances. Now, let's get into it. All the decks have been cleansed already. Father God, I ask that you please keep the messages clear and precise and only derive messages that come directly from you. We appreciate you and we are humbled to be of service to you in these trying times. What messages do we have for the Aries Collective for December 2020? Aries, you have the whirling goddess. All right, let's see what it's about, shall we? It's 30. This could be a specific message for Aries, maybe born on the 30th of March. 3 and 0, 3. You could be a life path 3. Or the number 30 just may be significant to you in some kind of way. Just off first glance of the card, it looks like a spiritual dance. A lot of the colors used on the card are regal. And purple is a color of royalty. I don't know if that has any significance to anyone who's watching. So let's read what this card is about, shall we? Lose your head. Not a single thread that has a head can go through the eye of the needle. Rumi. Ooh. Interesting. Come, my love. Are you dizzy yet? If you can still find your feet, then that is okay with me. But if you can still find your head, then I will take issue. There is a great dance, but it cannot be danced with choreographed steps. No, this great dance demands a response rather than an initiation, a reaction rather than a direction. So let us dissemble and lose our heads to the great music, the rhythm held steady in our beating hearts. Our feet shall be moving, whilst our minds, inadequate to the task, take the night off. So Aries, what I'm getting from this situation is you may have been overcritical as of late regarding a particular project or a relationship. And Spirit is advising you to maybe not overthink it and just be authentic in your actions, even if it may not be understandable to everyone. I myself am an Aries. I'm an Aries. I have a lot of placements in Aries, but Aries Sun, Cancer Moon, Aquarius Rising. My Venus and Mars are both in Aries. I have a lot of fire in my chart, but I also embody all 4 elements. But this particular message is going to be for any significant placement that you have in your chart. So if it's not relationship related, if you, say, for example, have Aries in a house that embodies the career aspect or how you handle certain situations outside of romance, this may apply to you as well. But essentially what I'm getting from this is that there is somewhere, Aries, that you are meant to be. And now in this moment, you need to embrace the gift that God has blessed you with naturally. There may have been a circumstance in the recent past, Aries, that really pegged you in a way that it made you doubt or second guess your gifts. Maybe you faced some resistance, or someone or some kind of circumstance made you feel like your gift wasn't worthy of recognition. Perhaps someone or something cheapened your outlook on what your gift was because they took that and ran with it in a different direction or criticized what you were doing. But ultimately, God uses everyone to the benefit of reiterating how amazing He is and that He has created everyone in His likeness, even if we're all different. You must pass through the keyhole, Aries. Your mind and society's conditioning will tell you, Aries, that this is not possible, but ultimately, you don't have to wait for anyone else to unlock this door, Aries, because you hold the key. Leave your mind out of the equation for a second. The oracle signifies being frustrated temporarily, but being at peace once you leave your mind out of the situation or out of the equation and trust that everything will fall into place. You could be feeling overworked or feeling exasperated with life circumstances right now, with the pandemic and finances, and really just trying to make something shake. You may be frustrated that maybe things haven't necessarily gone the way you want them to, but don't place too much stock in the claims that life should be other than it is right now. Perhaps this is the time for you to really just observe and analyze what you've already been through, and then turn your mind off and just free flow. Now, Aries, you don't have to wait for the permission of anybody. You don't need an explanation for anybody else that's involved in this great cosmic dance that Spirit is leading you to the dance floor to do. I'm getting that song by Pink. I don't remember what the name of it is, but the one where she's singing about something about the music and God is the dance floor or something like that. I'm gonna put a link to it in the description box below. Shout out to Pink. I think she's an amazing artist, and I've been a fan since the beginning. But this is the message I'm getting from this. Now, even if it's the unknown, Spirit is advising you to trust the divine in this situation. Even if you don't know all of the details, the ins and outs of the situation, you have to trust that the divine is going to carry you through whatever circumstance or burdens that you may be feeling at this time. And I myself, am experiencing this at this very moment. It felt honest, so we just gonna leave that one there. Now, your indigo starseed oracle is freedom. Also notice that in this card, she also looks like she is dancing. This may be a message for an Aries or a person with Aries in their chart that may be a dancer. Perhaps because of the quarantine, you feel like you can't really pursue the career in the way that you want to because everything's shut down. But Spirit is advising you to free flow at this point, and don't let the world's current circumstances deter you from your dreams. God gave you those dreams for a reason, and you need to pursue them no matter what resistance there may be, regardless of a circumstance that maybe someone may say that you're not capable of achieving. The divine is confirming that these people are liars. These people are dream busters. These people are people that don't have any idea who you are and who sent you. Because ultimately, God is who sent you here with a purpose. And He's telling you that even if you don't know the whole blueprint, to just free flow, and He's going to take care of the rest. Now, let's confirm this, because these are new decks, and I don't know all of them by heart yet. The Freedom card answers your question, Aries, by guiding you to seek greater freedom. Perhaps this comes from releasing something that no longer serves you. This is also a confirmation from God that your prayers for freedom have been heard, and your guardian angels are working to bring change into your life. As a starseed, Aries, You can sense when someone is being controlled or manipulated. You have an innate ability to see unnecessary restrictions and rules. But sometimes you may unknowingly impose your own restrictions and rules upon yourself. When you draw this energy, God is prompting you to release control over your desires and freely dream big for yourself and the planet, and allow the divine to guide you with their eternal and infinite wisdom. This is very deep. I don't know about any other Aries out there, but if you're ambitious like me, and there's a lot of times that you've dreamed big about something and you had a family or friend or someone close to you tell you that, oh, you couldn't achieve that, or that's not a good idea, and then months later you see someone else becoming a millionaire or going on Shark Tank or some other kind of opportunity with your same idea and making a killing off of it. This is that type of situation. Trust that whatever the divine gives you as a sign, whether it be in a dream or repeating numbers, angel numbers, God is going to find a way to communicate with you in the 3D realm. You have to trust that these messages are given to you for a reason, and don't let anyone talk you out your greatness. You don't need a degree. You don't need a piece of paper. You don't need a diploma. You don't need the validation of anything or anyone else. All you need to know is that the beginning of wisdom is the fear of God. And that should be the only thing you fear. Because God has equipped us with the dance moves already. Yes. So, let's see what chakra you need to work on this month in December, Aries, to really staple in this free-flowing energy that God wants to release upon you and to release upon the world through you. People don't realize that this isn't to exalt yourself. From the beginning, before you were even born, God instilled this mission to you. Kind of like what I said in the Leo reading. To be born in this part of the timeline is very, very high honor. God chose you, Aries, to carry out a specific purpose in this time. What you may deem as something that is minuscule or small or just a certain part of your personality or how you carry yourself, many people in a secular mindset or perspective may see this as less than satisfactory or not marketable. But God is saying He instilled these qualities in you for a reason. And you're going to carry out that purpose, whether there's a whole bunch of people on board or just one person or just you. Trust in the divine and their mission and calling over your life, because ultimately, when it's showtime, He's going to give you the moves. You feel me, Aries? Now, let's see what chakra that God wants us to meditate on this month. Shout out to all my fellow Aries out there that's out here getting it and doing things. You know, this message may not also, it may be for someone who's already, you know, getting it in. But we all have different blocks and problems that we're dealing with right now. And this may be edifiable for you. Ooh, Aries. We got the throat chakra. Truthfulness, Aries. I am truthful and honest with myself. I aim to overcome any fears about speaking my truth, and I seek and speak in a loving, considerate way. My personal empowerment comes from telling the truth and letting others know who I am. Baby boss, because everybody knows that I am, because he is. Don't ever lose sight of that, Aries. Others will be positively uplifted when they hear my truth, and I take care not to exaggerate in order to impress them. I am careful not to let my mind mislead me, and in turn, others. I avoid gossiping or speaking negatively of others. So, what I'm getting from this in relation to these cards, these oracles, is that you got to release the desire to control everything, Aries. And I know that's so hard. We are baby bosses. We like to feel like we're in control because we get some kind of sense of security from being able to control our environment. But ultimately, Aries, this is something that we most definitely have to work on to really embody and fully revel in the enjoyment of the purpose for our mission and also the time that we're living in. We are on the precipice of a new dawning and beginning. New heaven is descending upon us once these dimensions merge. What I'm also getting from this is the desire to control how people perceive things. For example, my collective message for the age of Aquarius. I had a particular person who believes in the same God that I do try to belittle the message. Sorry about that, Aries. My son needed me for a moment. Basically, what I was saying was, this particular situation prompted someone to try to school me from a 2D perspective on things. Now, I was raised in the faith, non-denominational Christian. I know the Bible backwards, forwards, upside down, inside out, but ultimately, everybody knows that, not everybody, but people who have studied what I study also know that it's the unfolding of the word that gives life. Now, the mission that I'm particularly on is to embrace all walks of life. And this is beyond the divisions of the lines of religion. Because there's people who have had God work in their life who never knew who God was. And this is why it's important for us to not waste the energy on trying to exaggerate to impress anyone. Was I going to take that moment to then study and go through all these scriptures to try to prove that person wrong? No. I embraced them with love and light and appreciated that they took the time to even comment on the video, because ultimately the mission that I'm on is beyond trying to prove what I know to someone. God has given me a very special gift, and I intend on using that gift to help people and carrying out the mission, which is to raise Earth's vibration and to assist people in the ascension process. Welcome to Starseed Direct. Check out all of our new products and services and free energy readings available on our website now. All right, so Aries, we have to be truthful and honest with ourselves to overcome any fears about speaking our truth, because there may be a fear that people wouldn't understand you. There may be a fear that people may make fun of you or try to call you a heretic or whatever. This may not even concern a spiritual aspect. You may be working on something. You may be working on trying to be more confident in how you carry yourself. You may be trying to, communicate a sense of truthfulness with someone in your life. And you're afraid how they're going to take this truth. But ultimately, the divine is reassuring you that this is beyond what someone else is going to think about it. Because for every one person that may deny and try to ridicule what you're saying, you, by sharing your story and being honest and truthful, may save 100 people versus that one person that wants to try to tear down what you're saying. That's why it's very important to just speak what's on your heart and not worry about. Sometimes it's, we're very calculated people. Aries are very calculated people. But sometimes we don't have to know the next 4 or 5 chess moves to just make that first step. So let's see how the message is going to unfold with a little bit of the Rider-Waite. Now, Aries, there's a lot of great throat chakra meditations. The throat chakra is the 5th chakra. 5 is also the number of change. You may be seeing 5s. And if you are, that's your angels trying to get the message to you that this is a confirmation that this message is for you. Okay? Now, God, what messages do we have? Spirit, what messages do we have in regards to Aries for December 2020? Going to take all of them because all right. Aries, there may have been a plan that you had as far as a way to execute what you're working on or what you want to say to this person or this development that you're working on. This may also signify possibly bouncing these ideas off of other people or maybe communicating. This may also signify people speaking about you in regards to how you're procuring things in regard to this project or this relationship or just how you carry yourself in general. And they may not all be on board. This may also signify people being picky about what you're expressing or being judgmental. This may also signify a plan to propose something. Perhaps that the divine is trying to propose something to you, and this backs up the idea of free flowing. Okay? Not everything needs to be meticulously planned. Sometimes we need to just trust the cup that the divine is trying to bring us. You may be undecided about this cup. You may not be sure. Perhaps in the past, circumstances or people made you feel like you couldn't trust free flowing because they manipulated and abused that privilege. It left you feeling bound and perhaps tied down or controlled. Society may make you feel like you can't be this and that. You can't control what's going on, or you can't express yourself in this manner. You can't express a truth that doesn't fit what society deems as true. I say it goes with this card because the colors match. Okay? Just that's how I read. The devil signifies a bond, a contract, an obsession with maybe what people think about you. And Spirit is advising you to be quite frank, not to give a fuck what they think. The only thing you need to worry about is what God is going to think. And God, at a time that we live in now, we don't have a lot of time to teach people what we took our whole lives to learn. We're going to have to approach it in a way that may be unorthodox, that may be in a way that may not be the usual way to, prophesy or evangelize to people. If this is a spiritual involvement, if this is you trying to pursue something on a business aspect, perhaps the rings of the ladder that other people had to climb to get to where they are will not be a problem for you, because God is telling you that he's already anointed your path, and your path is going to be different from other people, and to just trust him and make the move. Some people aren't going to be happy about this, Aries. Perhaps people that went a different route. But Spirit is advising you that God has your back. And there is a victory coming out of this whole situation. The wheel of fortune is turning and fate is in your favor. You were patient. You were kind. And you were humble in this pursuit. And God sees all of these things. Now, an earthly person looking at it from a 3D perspective may not fully understand what you're doing. They may even perceive you as stuck up or privileged. But essentially, the Nine of Pentacles is a very high regard. This is someone that has achieved many things in their life already that they celebrate about. This may also, with the throat chakra, I'm also getting, this may be a reassurance from the divine to say it's okay to toot your own horn. You don't have to wait for anyone else to toot it for you. Okay, Aries? Take every win and every victory, big and small, as an opportunity to pat yourself on the back. Don't wait for anyone else to do it for you. So let's see if we can get some more information here. One on freedom. One more on freedom, please. Aries, you got the Five of Wands. This is fire energy. Perhaps you had to go through an uphill battle to finally get the opportunity to spread your wings. Spirit is reiterating that they know it's been a hard uphill fight for you. But now you've done the work, Aries. You've made the sacrifices, Aries. And now, baby boss, it's time for you to fly. I'm getting goosebumps, y'all. Because I needed this message just like you did, Aries. It's time for us to fly, baby bosses. Because we've already fought the good fight. We've proven everything we needed to prove at this point. Okay? And now, Aries, it's time for us to partake in our victory parade. Okay? It's time for us to reap what we've sown. Now, for those not familiar with the parable of the sower of the seed, for those who have been long-term Madonna Divine fans, which is my songwriting pen name, I used to speak a lot about this parable because it always held a special place in my heart. There is a time that's coming that all the seeds that you've sown, Aries, are going to grow. All the seeds that you nurtured and loved and poured energy into and watered daily, whether that was in front of people or behind closed doors, everything that you prayed about, everything that you fasted and meditated on, those seeds are going to grow. Now, some of those seeds were spread upon unrich soil. Some of those seeds were placed on concrete or amongst thorns. And that's going to affect how those seeds grew. But ultimately, when it comes time for harvest, God is going to separate the wheat from the chaff. Amongst this field of wheat, God doesn't want you to get discouraged that maybe not every plant will bear fruit, but ultimately He's going to still bring this victory to you because you were obedient and faithful in your sowing. And those that didn't rally behind you, those who fought and discouraged you from pursuing this goal in your life, perhaps people that were just bound to other things and picky, or perhaps this was you bringing in a seed to someone and they just didn't want it. Ultimately, those people are going to look back and they're going to remember when you tried to plant this in their garden. Okay? They're going to remember. Let God handle them. Because ultimately, there's plenty of seeds that you did plant, Aries, that are going to be fruitful. This is one pentacle away from the 10 of Pentacles. And I can almost guarantee you, Aries, with the lineup of cards you got here, that last pentacle's coming, baby. Don't you worry. Generational wealth. Exec vetted. That's going to be you, Aries. Now, what's going to be the outcome? If you free flow without any choreography, and you hold your truth and you're honest, and you overcome the fears of the secular circumstances, people try to tell you you're not good enough, you're not this enough, you're not that enough. What's going to be the outcome? The outcome is going to be the Queen of Swords and the Three of Cups. These coming out together, to me, signifies you speaking your truth and celebrating you overcoming that battle, because ultimately this is something that all Aries may have an issue with. We love hard as Aries. We love hard, and we usually we act tough. We act like we can take, and we take a lot of shit, Aries. But ultimately, nobody knows that on the inside, we're quite sensitive people. You speak your truth, Aries, without worrying about what someone else is going to think. Your outcome is the 3 of Cups. That's a celebration, Aries. Generations will speak of your bravery for years to come. Sure, it may not be these secular people who celebrate you, or people that were dream busters, but who cares? Because if God's for you, who could be against you? So Aries, let's close the message. With your last oracle. Just one, please. You keep getting multiple ones that want to come out, Aries. They got a lot to say. Alright, 2 keeps coming out. Oh wow, you got actually 4. Spirit's showing favoritism right now, sorry. Baby blusses, because we are the babies. We are the trendsetters of the zodiac, and people know this. It's just facts at this point. Your first one is, hope is the conduit for miracles. Notice the flowers. Talking back on the parable of the sower of the seed. Whatever intent that you had to grow, whether this is a business deal, a partnership, or working with certain people, or just in your relationships, don't lose hope, Aries. Because there is a miracle just around the corner. Have faith that whatever God put on your heart to do, just trust God at this point. He's going to take care of the rest. There is a stream of love supporting my dreams. Perhaps, Aries, you've been so focused and worried about what's not working that you don't even see that there are people in situations that are in your favor. Perhaps there's opportunities trying to get your attention, but you're just so focused on what didn't work. Pay attention. There is a stream of love supporting your dreams, Aries. Don't lose hope. Happiness is your birthright. There may be people that have told you in the past that you can't do something, or the way you're going about it, that's not how the industry works. That's not how you get $100,000 job because you don't have a degree yet, or you can't be with this person because they don't believe what you believe, or take whatever resonates. Happiness is your birthright, Aries, and can't no circumstance, person, society, corporate entity, nobody could take that away from you. Okay? Because God gave you freedom to fly. Thank you, Spirit. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, your faith, Aries, the more fearless and free I am. free. Free to fly. The only thing we should fear is God. No cap. Okay? That is the only thing I fear. There's a lot of circumstances or people or situations in your life that may try to instill fear in you. They may be messing with you. Okay? They may be talking down on your greatness or trying to take you down a couple notches. Okay? Because ultimately, this is the path they chose. And they feel, why should Aries get the opportunity to do things different? Because God has a position for everyone. These people, Aries, these low vibrational people or circumstances in your life, they're going to try to sell you a dream or sell you in a way that you can't achieve what you're here to achieve because you're not following protocol based off of a man-made plan. But Spirit is reminding you that this cosmic dance was predestined way before any of these people existed. Way before any of these rules existed. Way before anything came to pass. This was a divine right, a birthright that God gave you, and nobody could take that away. So Aries, whenever you feel down or you feel discouraged this month, you may not have everything going the way you want to in your life at this very moment, but Spirit wants to remind you to be truthful and honest with yourself. Walk and speak in truth. Don't speak negatively of others. Don't do as others do. You just keep watering those plants, Aries, okay? Keep watering those seeds. Because when you speak your truth, the ones who's really meant to get the message, the ones that are going to be edified and spiritually fed with your walk, those are going to be the people waiting at the end of the rainbow to celebrate with you. If this message resonated with you and edified you in any kind of way, please like, share, and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell for any future readings and uploads from us. And if you choose to donate, I take PayPal and CashApp, and I appreciate you stopping by to check us out, Aries. Never forget that if God is for you, who could be against you? Until next time. Bye, Aries.